Valley, our own firefighters have tools similar to those being used in the rescue in Japan. And if you're ever wondering if we're prepared here in the Valley and here in Arizona, if a disaster were to strike, the answer is yes. We're joined by the Mesa Fire Department, and you guys have been preparing for months and years in a situation that we face a disaster, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. The modern fire department has sort of turned into, and I'm going to quote one of our special operations captains, to that easy button for the community where no longer is it just fighting fire, but we're also dealing with emergency medical situations. And as you saw there with the situation in Japan, we want to be able to provide a service to our community that allows us at least the capability to rescue people within that first 72 hours until there's a federal response.
Yeah, and that is most important. Those first 72 hours, I was with Brian Hickey the other day, and you were showing me some of the equipment that it takes, and basically it's a one-stop shop. You pull up with your truck, you guys are ready to go.
Right, we mentioned the other day that was a backup. This is our first line of defense, first out-of-the-station truck. And the stuff we were showing the other day is to back this unit up on scene already.
Show us some of the equipment you guys have, because really you have everything from drills, saws, to get to during the rescue mission, and then if something were to happen, you can treat some of the casualties as well.
Correct. We have concrete chainsaws. In a collapse or earthquake, you know, the concrete building would collapse on it, so we can come in there and make entry with our concrete and our chop saws here. Mark is right over there. He's going to show you a little bit about our breaking and breaching hammers.
Firefighter Mark Enriquez here. Yeah, how would you use some of this equipment here?
Good morning, Javier. The way that we would utilize this equipment, for example, is when you're looking in a structural collapse and void spaces, we have a coring drill here that would core a 2-inch hole into an area to be able to look with our search cam to look for patients that are under concrete and rubble. Once we locate them, we have jackhammers, 90-pound jackhammers, 70-pound jackhammers that will get them to the place where these victims are entombed, and then we'll go ahead and start extricating by breaking and breaching the concrete around the victim.
And what's cool about some of the equipment I saw the other day, a lot of technology is used because you have cameras, you also have audio equipment to hear, just in case somebody's trapped under there, you can hear any sound.
This is our listening device. We can put this in different portions of the building, and we can actually hear water dripping from a faucet. That's how sensitive this equipment is. So like Mark mentioned, we can drill those holes through the concrete, place these inside the building, and listen for victims that are trapped.
How do you guys train for something like this?
Every day. Actually, we have a pretty intensive training program in the region. We just call it our regional training. These trucks are what's called cross-trained. They're hazardous materials technicians and technical rescue technicians, on top of being firefighters and paramedics, toxicology paramedics. So it's an intensive training process, and we're training practically 2 days a week for both hazardous materials and technical rescue, and not including all our other skills and attributes.
And not only your team, you guys tap into a bunch of other teams from throughout the valley, from around Arizona, to make sure that you're ready in case something were to happen.
Yes, we work with, we train with Phoenix, Glendale, Gilbert, Tempe. Any unit you see in our valley, we train together, so we have that working relationship, seamless. So we go on scene, even though that we have Mesa Fire Department on our back, we could be working hand in hand with any department in our community.
All right, well, we appreciate what you guys do, and we hope we never have to use it, but it's always comforting to know that you guys are prepared. And from these firefighters here who do so much to the firefighters out there where you are, Brittany, who are raising a lot of money to help for the good of the public.